friends, here's Mad Max again. Today with a short unboxing and a small review of the Jetbeam FL-12. That's not a regular flashlight, that's a fill light for photography or maybe other lighting purposes. And one of the reasons is I got a very nice deal. I cannot tell, it's just for the madmax.com members, but you find a link down there, you can follow that and see the deal, or you join the community and be a member of my club. And if you're clicking down there already, please subscribe to my channel too. You know how that works. Thank you for that. So have a look what's inside the box. And here is the box. As for retailers, there is some information and the specs. You see it's up to 780 lumens. So just open it up, have a look what's inside. Some silica gel. There is a cable which can be used for charging. You have an USB-C connector on the light, and there is an USB connector for connecting to computer, laptop at a power source to charge it up. And there is another connector so you can use that backwards as a power bank to charge up your phone, whatever. We have a user manual written in English and Chinese. There is a warranty card, certificate of approval, so someone has checked it, and of course the flashlight itself. You see it's like a mobile phone, like a Galaxy. It's nearly 10 millimeters in thickness, but it's nice. What can you say on that design? One mistake I made when I got it, you see this, there is no reflector, that's just a plastic foil on there, plastic cover. Let's try. If I pinch it a little bit, it's soft. And when it came, there was a protective layer on that, which was very soft, and I was making scratches immediately. And yeah, I was noticing, fortunately, that I was an idiot and removed that foil, and now it's a lot better. But please don't stick it together in your toolbox or in your backpack with some tools or metal things. It will scratch up. But on the other hand, it's fill light, so I don't think that any scratches will have negative things on the beam, because it's just making a flood. And what you can notice here is there is yellowish and orangish LEDs for cold white and warm white, and the light mixes both colors up to have different color temperature in the light it's emitting. We look at that later. You see aluminum body, there is two sides, it has threads to mount on a tripod. There is the USB-C port for charging and discharging. There's a hole very nice for using if you have a lanyard. And here is the 4 buttons for using it. And here on the back side you see type C, in and out, mode minus plus, and the on and off switch. And if we press and hold, it does some kind of boot, and it comes up with this very nice, very readable 2-color display. I just noticed on the screen of my phone that there is, looks like some flickering. I cannot see with my bare eyes, so no problem for that. And you can see estimated runtime. It shows us in yellow the battery is full. And when we use here the mode button, which are made of metal, and maybe you hear, they are not sitting tight. They have, you can hear them a little bit, but they have a nice click. If you click on mode, it switches between brightness and color temperature, and that's a very nice feature. You can adjust with minus and plus, of course, the values you want to use the light without having it on. So that's kind of a mode. It's a mode memory, of course, and you can adjust it in the brightness or the color temperature before actually switching it on, which is done by one click. So now you dial down the brightness, you can hold it and it runs for itself. So you see all the LEDs. Let's try and go to the color temperature, and now going dial down towards the warm white, and you see only the warm white LEDs are on 3000 Kelvin, and if we go on plus, it adds the white lights, dims down, and finally switches off the warm whites to get 5500 Ks. We tried that in another setup without the light switched on. As I said, you can either click multiple times, and here's one thing I do not like. If you use it handheld like this, if you have one hand operated, you're blocking the light and the switches are down there. But having the switches up there, I would block the light even more, and it makes really sense if mounted on a tripod, which I can try now. Oopsie. Come on. Screw, screw, screw. Yes. Whoop. Like that. Then if it's mounted here, it makes much more sense to have the buttons here without blocking the light. So that's cool. What's also cool is if you look on the guesstimated runtime, 21 hours in that settings, and if we go to brightness and 10%, maybe 9.9 hours, 15%, 6.6 hours, and so you have a live guesstimate of the actual battery capacity, which says 48 minutes and 100%. Let's check. If I lower down the case, it goes to 48. It also, a warmer light needs less power maybe. So I did, no, it goes back to 48 always. So yeah, that's it for the how to use it. I'm quite sure you can know how to plug in the USB-C and plug in some other devices. Oh, it's not possible to have it on as a charging device for other USBs while it's on. Short click is off. Now you can use it as a power bank. Click and hold, and it goes down. So let's look at some colors. Here I have some different batteries I have, and my tool in red and blues and so on, and that's in daylight, and I have switched my phone to color setup in daylight. Now if you have some cold white flashlight like this U-torch, it's a very nice floody beam, it's very cold, so try to switch it off. Strange user interface. Then there is a 219C, which nice colors in a, that's a D4 without optics in the moment, with a Nishia 219Cs, which have very natural coloring from the pinkish and the purple. That's quite nice. And the third thing I have in the other range, the Volumov 18650 with a very strong, very red beam, a very warm white. You see green here, the green and the yellow doesn't look very similar. So daylight, and in this light the color really changes how you see them. So that's one thing you have to learn. Everything is different as you see it. Let's power up this one. Long click and hold. You have seen short click gives you better information. So let's start on the lowest setting, 3000 Ks, and let's do 50% of brightness maybe. One click, it goes on. So you see there's no hotspot. I can tilt. Of course the shadow is moving because I'm not really but there's a very even light distribution. I go back towards the phone. Now going mode, changing the color temperature, 3500, clicking to 4000, going to 4500, going to 5000, and down to 5500. So you can see, going through the whole range now, downwards, it's 4.5, 3.5, and 3000. So for your lighting purposes, I think that's a very nice thing. Maybe go for the brightness to use. You can see maximum brightness, but doesn't mean anything now because phone is in automatic mode. Go once again. Last time all the coloring up to cold white now. So you can really see the changes. For 5000 now, getting hold of 5500 Ks. So that's cold. Click for off, click and hold, go down. So I think that's a very nice tool. I'm afraid of scratches maybe damaging that, but it's some kind of polycarbonate, so I believe Jetbeam did not use cheap plastics which might splinter very fast. I'm very confident that metal part is done good. I like the display, and if it's mounted on a tripod, also the using the buttons is cool. So yeah, it's a nice tool, and I'm quite sure some of you will find a good purpose to use it, and hopefully you can use my deal, save a good amount of dollars, and have a nice day. Bye bye.